You will never be completely at home again, because part of your heart will always be elsewhere. That is the price you pay for the richness of loving and knowing people in more than one place. My once-in-a-lifetime adventure began in the fall of 2015, as I traveled across the world for my study abroad program in Melbourne, Australia. As an only child who has never traveled alone, I was nervous to leave my family, but I was excited to break away from the normalcy of my life. A group of Loyola students and I were taken to a pre-orientation trip to the Great Ocean Road as soon as we arrived. Although I was nervous, I made friends effortlessly with other international students from various countries. Conversations came effortlessly as Hannah gave me a crash course on Welsh slang and Kirsty informed me about Sweden's free university education policy. By the end of the weekend, I gained lifelong friends from countries I had never thought of visiting and learned more about other countries than I had in my 12 years of education. The next few weeks were a time of transformation and adjustment to my new school and new city. Luckily, I found it very easy to adapt to Australia's relaxed way of life, especially since Melbourne is known for being the most livable city in the world. Every day after school, I hopped onto the bus to find different cafes, libraries, beaches, and places to people watch. It helped too that my boyfriend from University of Illinois was studying abroad in Melbourne at the same time I was, which made the trip all the more meaningful. By the end of the month, I started to pick up on cultural differences between Australian and American culture. First, Australia considers itself a sporting nation where sports such as footy and rugby are a largely unquestioned aspect of Australian identity. Second, I learned that the people in the city were much more relaxed and friendly compared to the people in New York City. Third, as a coffee enthusiast, I appreciated Melbourne's love for coffee. No matter where you went, you could expect a high-quality, fresh cup of coffee added with latte art for less than $3. Before I knew it, I was calling Melbourne my second home. I never imagined I would find myself living in a different country having memorized city streets, bus schedules, and the best places to eat. My study abroad experience practically felt like a vacation. Every weekend, I would travel to a different location in Australia, go out of my comfort zone, and meet unforgettable people along the way. As I traveled the world, I cultivated a deep sense of tolerance for other cultures, learned to value experiences, and landmarks that I had only seen on Google finally became a reality. When I came back home, I started to think to myself, maybe I could live in a different part of the world besides America. Or, will I ever get to have an experience like this again? Once in a while, I catch myself having flashbacks of the endless hours wandering around Queen Victoria Market, picnicking in the Whitsundays, and riding an elephant in Bali. I encourage every student to travel or study abroad at one point in their life. The experience helped me grow as a person and gain knowledge of how the world works. Travel opens up new possibilities and shows you a world impossible to understand from books alone.